In this session, we are starting with the development of different veins in the body, okay? In the last session, we have seen the development of aortic arches and also the derivatives of aortic arches. There we have seen how the different arteries of the body has developed. In this session, we are starting with the development of different veins, okay? Mainly the inferior vena cava. So we all know this is the what is the venous end of your developing heart tube? There are two ends in your developing heart tube. One is the arterial end and another one is the venous end. So what is the name of the venous end? It is called sinus venosus. So this is the sinus. Stop talking. So this is the sinus venosus. To the sinus venosus, there are three different set of veins that drain. What are those? Umbilical vein, Vitelline vein and Common Cardinal vein. You can check in your previous notes. So these are umbilical veins, okay, and these are Vitelline veins, followed by Cardinal vein. Cardinal vein is the union of anterior cardinal vein and posterior cardinal vein. So this is going to be your anterior cardinal vein and this is the posterior cardinal vein on both the sides. Okay, we have sinus venosus, which is the venous end of the developing heart tube. It has three sets of veins draining into it. From medial to lateral, it is umbilical vein followed by Vitelline vein, umbilical, umbilical vein followed by Vitelline vein. Then the common cardinal vein. Common cardinal vein is the union of anterior cardinal vein and posterior cardinal vein. So the right posterior and left posterior cardinal vein anastomose with each other at the caudal end to give us which vein? These two structures anastomose with each other to give us common iliac vein. So this is the common iliac vein. Okay, and the cranial end of your posterior cardinal vein. So basically this part. Okay, so these parts derive to give us the root of azygos vein. Root of azygos vein. Posterior cardinal veins of right and left side anastomose with each other to give us common iliac vein, okay, and the root of posterior cardinal vein on both the sides, first it will derive into root of azygos vein. As the development continues, mostly the left side part will degenerate and we are left only with the right side one. So the right side posterior cardinal vein will develop later into root of the azygos vein. Okay, take down one point. Posterior cardinal vein develops along with the posterior cardinal vein develops along with the mesonephrons, along with the mesonephrons. As the development continues, The mesonephrons will disappear or degenerate. The mesonephrons will disappear or degenerate. As a result, the posterior cardinal vein has a result disappear or degenerate. As a result, the posterior cardinal vein on both the sides will also disappear or degenerate. Is it clear? So your posterior cardinal vein development takes place along with the mesonephrons. As the development continues, the mesonephrons will eventually disappear. So along with your mesonephrons, your posterior cardinal vein will also disappear. Okay. Once the disappearance of your posterior cardinal vein takes place, the other two sets of veins will start forming to maintain the function of the embryo. Okay. There will be no changes in the anterior part. Okay. And this is the posterior part. Okay. Here posterior cardinal vein will mostly disappear. Come. On the other end, we have common iliac vein, and on the root parts, we have azygos vein. Okay, so once the posterior cardinal vein disappears, the first set of veins that appears will be like this. Okay, these veins are called as subcardinal vein. These are called as subcardinal vein. Okay, and these subcardinal vein anastomose with each other. Okay, this anastomosis is called subcardinal anastomosis. This is called as subcardinal anastomosis. Your subcardinal veins will also come in contact with the remaining posterior cardinal vein like this. And this part, this is called as mesonephric sinusoids. These are called as mesonephric sinusoids. Is it clear? Any doubts? Once your posterior cardinal vein disappears, the first set of vein that appears is the subcardinal vein. Cardinal vein will also anastomose with each other, and that particular structure is called subcardinal anastomosis. So this subcardinal veins also comes in contact with the remaining parts of your posterior cardinal vein by a structure called mesonephric sinusoids. Okay. Next. So now we have the anterior cardinal vein followed by subcardinal vein. What you are seeing here is the subcardinal vein. Okay. So once subcardinal vein appears, we can see the second set of veins start to forming. The second set of vein that forms here is the supracardinal vein. This is called as supracardinal vein. Okay. The supracardinal veins will also form anastomosis. Stop talking with each other. Okay, this is called as supracardinal anastomosis. And your supracardinal veins will also anastomose with the subcardinal veins like this. This is called as supracardinal anastomosis. Is it clear? Any doubts? Any doubts in this? Any doubts in this 3 diagram? Do you want me to repeat? Which one? Last one? Middle one? Okay. So once the posterior cardinal vein disappears, we can see the formation of 2 new sets of vein. The first one to appear is called subcardinal vein. Okay, the subcardinal vein anastomose with each other, and it will also come in contact with your posterior cardinal vein by a structure called mesonephric sinusoids. The second set of veins that appears is called supracardinal vein. Okay, the supracardinal vein will also anastomose with each other, and it will also anastomose with the subcardinal vein, and that particular structure is called supracardinal anastomosis. Is it clear now? Any doubts? Okay. So during the development, your supracardinal vein, this one, okay, comes in contact with the developing kidney. So this is the supracardinal vein. Okay, when the development of your supracardinal vein is taking place, the kidneys are also developing like this. Okay, so now the continuity of your supracardinal vein will be disturbed by the development of the kidney. So now this part, whatever passing in the kidneys part, this will degenerate. Okay, we are only left with the upper part. This is called as cranial part, and this one is called as caudal part. Okay, the continuity of the supracardinal vein will get disturbed by the development of the kidney. So whatever the structure that present above the kidney is called cranial part of supracardinal vein, and whatever structure that is present below the kidney is called as caudal part of supracardinal vein. Okay. So now this part, that is the cranial part, I'll write it here. Cranial part will develop into azygos and hemiazygos vein. Okay, it will develop into azygos and hemiazygos vein. And your caudal part, this one will develop into inferior vena cava. Is it clear? Okay, during the development stage, we can totally see 4 segments. Okay, not 3 segments, but 4 segments. So this inferior vena cava, whatever this part is there, no, this is made up of 4 different segments like this. The first part, this is called as hepatic segment. Okay, next this is called pre-renal segment. Pre-renal segment. Okay, and the third segment is called as renal segment. The last one is called as post-renal segment. These are the 4 different segments or parts we can see in the developing inferior vena cava. Okay. And your hepatic segment is formed by the or derived by the which structure? It is derived from right Vitelline vein. This part. Okay. And the pre-renal segment is derived from the subcardinal vein. Subcardinal vein. Post-renal segment derived from the supracardinal vein. Supracardinal vein. What about the renal segment? Right? This is from right. Right subcardinal, right supracardinal. Remember the inferior vena cava, the complete structure of inferior vena cava is derived from the right part of your developing posterior cardinal vein and subcardinal supracardinal vein. Mostly the left side structures will disappear. Okay, I'll write it here. Left portion or part disappears. Okay, for the development of inferior vena cava, only the right side structures are contributed. Your renal segment develops from the subsupracardinal anastomosis. Subsupracardinal anastomosis. Okay, is it clear? This is how the inferior vena cava development takes place. What are the different branches we can see here? In the hepatic segment, we can see right and left hepatic veins. Okay, from the renal segment we can see right subcardinal vein and left subcardinal vein. Note it down. Right subcardinal and left subcardinal vein. From the renal segment we can see right and left renal veins. And from the post-cardinal part, here we have the iliac veins. These are common iliac vein. Okay, and particularly this middle one is your median sacral vein. Sacral vein. This is how the development of your inferior vena cava and the tributaries of the inferior vena cava takes place. Doubt? What? Post-renal segment. Post-renal segment develops from your right supracardinal vein. Okay, and I already mentioned here in the very first picture, the caudal end is giving us the common iliac vein. Okay, the same structure will retain there also. Later, this common iliac vein will get attached into your post-renal segment. Okay, in that the middle vein is called median sacral vein. The other two are right iliac vein and left iliac vein. Together we address it as common iliac vein. Is it clear? Any doubts? Sure, everyone?